What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Road Talk. Here at Road Talk, we talk about One Piece, but we also do talk about many other things, such as sports, anime, and also we do dabble in between Twitch and play some video games out there for you guys. And guys, if that interests you, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you always will be informed of all the videos and all the things that we're doing here. But getting that all out the way, let's start talking about some One Piece 1023. And this chapter was great. Let's go! This chapter confirms that King and Queen is nothing like Katakuri whatsoever, because Katakuri took a long time to fall on his back, fighting against Luffy, that is. And here it is with King and Queen. They are already on their backs fighting against Zoro and Sanji. Now let's be serious. Zoro and Sanji is not super weak. They're almost at the level of Luffy, but they're not as weak as my father person like Chopper or something. I will give them credit for that. But the commanders that King is supposed to be similar to Katakuri. Katakuri took a long time to fall on his back, and Luffy was giving him everything he had, and it took him a long time. And here it is, King and Queen are already on their backs just for one attack from Zoro and Sanji. I think that does need to get a little bit more hype about Katakuri, how strong Katakuri was, and it really does tell us a lot about King and Queen. Also telling us more about King, that is thanks to Queen. Queen was talking out his mouth because he got a big mouth, and he starts to talk to Sanji after Sanji just blocked his attack using his fire legs, as Sanji does best. And Sanji has been going up on my like radar right now. He has been climbing up there, but Zoro is still at the top. Guys, let's be real now. Zoro is still at the top, but Sanji has been showing me a lot of more stuff since he has got to Wano and Onishigima. And that's thanks to a lot of stuff that Oda has done for him. But anyways, after Sanji attacks Queen with his fire legs, Queen tells Sanji, hey, who do you basically think you are? You are just a human. Humans cannot produce or burn fire like the Lunarans. And then you can see on the side of the next panel is that King is giving Queen this like come on, man, look, nigga. Look, like he wasn't supposed to be telling people all this right now. Like I didn't want nobody to know about my secret. And that shows a lot. That gives us a lot of more details about this race. And if you break down the word lunar, lunar means to the moon. And if you give it the IAN, that classifies that as somebody that's an inhabitant of the moon. And I don't know how much that could be true, because fire is not on the moon per se, but the sun is fire. So I wonder if the people that supposedly, thanks to Marco giving us more details about some things that Whitebeard used to say back in the past about there have been guides on top of the red line, and that was their territory. So I'm wondering, my theory right now is that these so-called people that was up on the top of the red line, the Lunarans, they worship the sun god. And reason that being because of who else power? King power being fire, sun being hot with fire. And I think that all comes full circle later on as this Onishigima war comes to an end pretty soon. I think they will all come soon of more of Nika and the whole race that was King's race on top of the island. And this is just some more information that Oda has given us, and it's something that fans from years have been waiting for, all more details about the previous, before the world government blacked out everything, more information about the previous history of One Piece, or the world of One Piece. Real quick, I just do want to talk about Sanji, about his without put on a race suit. Ever since he did put it on, he felt weird. And and I don't know how to receive that right now. It's a lot of things that I can say about that. It's either his body is having some type of setback, as all characters do when they do power-ups in the world of One Piece. Luffy, when he used to go gear 3rd, gear 4th. Even Robin lately, when she went to her new form, they have a drawback. So I'm just wondering, could this be a Sanji's drawback, or could this actually be Sanji's body is like some way taking shape as a cyborg, and he's starting to feel more cyborg, more being able to move faster, move lighter, or some type of way like that. Because if it is the last thing I just said, that would be even a greater feat for Sanji for the end game. He's even gonna be more of a powerhouse, and he's always right now it seems like he's learning more stuff about his body. And if he continues to learn more stuff about his body like this, with by putting on a race suit, maybe learn some more and could take it to another level. And talk about taking it to another level is none other but my guy Zoro. I think Zoro's category is going to be king this whole time they are going to be fighting, because King is already teaching Zoro lessons about a fight, about people that he's going to go up against in the future. And that's one lesson, is that Zoro kind of let his guard down while fighting another person with a sword. And King goes after Zoro with a sword attack, and then next thing you know, he punches Zoro. Zoro thought he would be more honorable because he uses his sword, and he's a swordsman, so they just use swords all the time. They don't expect anybody to do something as a punch as well. And Zoro took his guard down, got punched, and his 2 swords sent flying. Then King gives him the breakdown, like, hey, if you fighting somebody like me, like, you better expect that I'm not gonna be honest with you. I'm a brute, like, I'm gonna come at you with all I got. And then Zoro said, basically, I'm the exact same thing. Like, by the end of this fight between me and you, don't be shocked if I'm trying to bite you or your throat off. Like, that's how deep Zoro is. He's starting to learn, like, yeah, like, I can do other things to win this stuff. I'm not gonna just be a swordsman. Zoro will always be a swordsman at heart. We all know that. But if it's time to put all the chips on the line, Zoro will do anything to win that fight. And Zoro's not even done there with this chapter. It's also when Kamumatsu and Old Man Higoro had a conversation, and they was talking about how Zoro brought back Ryuma's sword. And that sword is a treasure to Wano, just because that sword brought good fortune to them. Ever since they lost that sword, bad things started to happen from in Wano. And when that sword is so important to them, and they say Zoro does remind me also of a previous person that used to, was a daimyo or a lord at Wano, and that was Shimizuku. Sorry, I don't want to butcher the rest, but Shimizuku, and he looked just like Odin. And to come find out that Shimizuku person was none other a descendant for Ryuma. And now you put this all together back in watching Thriller Bark, we all know that Zoro fought against Ryuma because someone brought him back to life. And Ryuma gave him the privilege to actually use this sword again. So, and then also now it's tying back to how Zoro looks just like a Shimizuku. And it's just all like coming full circle. So it has to have some more details about Zoro with this whole Wano thing. He has to have some type of blood tie, some way around this. It has to have some more details about Zoro, and I'm looking forward to it as a big Zoro stan, as you know that I am. So I'm looking more forward to this information. And also, they also say that Ryuma had a one-eye swordsman as well, just like Zoro is. And then it also said that Shimizuku used the same fighting styles as Zoro is doing. So guys, it's really about to get real good for Zoro, just like it is for Sanji. I'm pretty sure it is, and it has me looking forward to the next chapter. Did I mention we get the next chapter next week? Thank you, Oda. Once again, thank you for that next chapter. It's gonna be delicious. And guys, I did not expect this to happen next, especially if you did watch my previous video, 1022, I said that Dogstorm would need help, and Cat Viper maybe would have won that fight without needing help against Pedesperro, because I don't believe Pedesperro is a top combatant like as Jack is. But and I also said they couldn't use Sulong form again, but Oda must have listened to my show, whatever, and he's like, Hiram, joke's on you. They're gonna be able to use it one more time, and Dogstorm is not going to need help from Jinbei. I got some other plans with Jinbei, and Dogstorm is going to be able to handle Jack. And that's exactly what Dogstorm is doing. Dogstorm grabs Jack by his tusk and starts bringing him all across the wall to wall like he is. Dogstorm is looking like he's ready to finish the fight against Jack after, especially since all what Jack has done on Zoro. And God, that was very devastating what he did on Zoro. All the people that he hurt, all the poison that he used, what happened to Dogstorm's legs and Cat Viper's arms. So I'm pretty sure Dogstorm is more than willing to lay down his life and fight to the last breath to finish off Jack now, since he's back in Sulong form. And also, somebody else that's really motivated just as well and is in Sulong form is none other than Cat Viper. Cat Viper is ready to go, especially to revenge Pedro's death. Even though Pedro did it to himself, it's like a constant gag in the One Piece community about that. Pedro did do it to himself. Pedro just really set himself up, and Pedesperro is just paying for it because he's the one that I guess didn't die from it. So, but anyways, Cat Viper is also in his Sulong form, and he's looking to finish the job on Pedesperro. And I already had Pedesperro taking a loss without the Sulong form, and now Cat Viper is in the Sulong form, so it's about to be game over for him. And just in case you guys are wondering what Sulong form is for the people that's on animal people, I should say, or minks, I should say. They have an ability under the moon. They can, soup up and go to a new form, even a powerful form. So if you take anything like Dragon Ball Z, if you remember how Goku, when he was younger, he looked up to the moon and made him into a big ape, or even a Super Saiyan, or something like that. It has the capability, or like a werewolf. That's probably an even better example. A werewolf, a human that is during the daytime, but when the full moon's out, he comes form into a bigger, stronger form, and he gets stronger. That's exactly what a Sulong form is for the minks. Is when they look up to the moon, they get even stronger, and they become even a stronger monster or a stronger animal. And one of the things that was very exciting, maybe, don't quote me on this, but maybe even more exciting than Zoro starting to get even more hyped up for Wano, is that none other than Momonosuke, Rotalk's #1 theory is still coming true right now, that Momonosuke has used the ripe fruit from Shinobu, and it's making him 20 years older. And so now he's 28 years older, and he looks like a beast in his dragon form. His dragon form looks better than Kaido's, if you don't mind me saying that. And we also do have Shinobu's crying in tears, and we could see that she is saying that he looks just like, and then Oda doesn't give us the rest because they want us to see his face first, and then we could put it together for our own. But it has to be none other than Oda. So it's going to be a great story to come be told about Oda in a second, about how when Luffy and Momonosuke travels back up to Onishima and bring back Odin looking character to Kaido. Kaido is going to be taken off guard by that, like, he's back. The person that gave me my biggest challenge, he's back. And also Luffy is back, the person that is like the second coming of Roger. So it's going to be epic pretty soon, guys. It's going to be epic pretty soon. and I just cannot wait for next week. I wonder if it's going to be a slow-paced chapter or Oda is going to continue to have the train going to its destination. And if he does, magnifique. Previous back on one of his color spreads, Oda has laid out Luffy holding the sword, and there's this big pink dragon back there. Many fans previous before the chapter happened have already predicted that that was going to be Momonosuke, but it's just another foretelling of how like Oda gives us so much foreshadowing about the future of One Piece. And that's none other than here right now that Luffy is by another pink dragon, and he's using him in samurai or Wano Japanese style, and he's about to ride him and go to Oda Shikino. So that is something to be told right there, how Oda is always in his bag and is going to work. And it's also showing too that how the history between Momonosuke and Luffy has developed over the years too, because how Momonosuke and Luffy when they first met each other back at Punk Hazard, and how their relationship grew from there, and how Luffy has always been like a strong big brother mentor to Momonosuke, helping him every step of the way. And how now, if you remember how previously how Momonosuke was wrapped around Luffy, now Luffy is going to be on top of Momonosuke. So this is a wonderful story between them two, Momonosuke and Luffy. And also, hear me out, it's been a wonderful story about Sanji and Zoro. And that's just because they have such a brotherly bond between them. They fake hate each other, but they really do care for each other deeply. Like a Jordan and Pippen, they ride with each other all the way. You already know who Jordan is, Zoro. Don't get it twisted. But they had this great bond between them with each other, and they are looking to help each other out. They're fighting with most of themselves, even though they are fighting against King and Queen. It's a great story to be told with them too, and they're looking like to support each other. It reminds me too also of Big Mom and Kaido, how they had each other back. If somebody was about to get hit, somebody else stepped up to block it. So it's a great story between them two. And guys, that was it from my chapter review of 1023. I will give this chapter a solid 9 out of 10. I would have gave it more, but I just needed to see, I don't know, it just didn't give it a little umph, They did give us a lot of details about King's race, gave us details about a lot of things about Zoro. Matter of fact, forget it, I give it a 10. I'm giving it 10 out of 10. Chapter was phenomenal. I'm just giving Oda a hard time. In case you're watching Oda, I'm giving you a hard time. But it was a great chapter, 10 out of 10. Flawless chapter, Oda. Wonderful job. Can't wait for the next chapter next week. If you don't watch One Piece or read One Piece, start doing that right now. Thank you for all the time that you guys took in to watch this video. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. I love that. Thank you so much. Until the next time, until next week, guys, it's been fun here at Ro Talk. Me being Ro. Next time, see you. Peace.